T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Shine Your Light podcast. Woo, woo, woo. Why are you laughing at my woo, woo, woo? You see, I'm over here multitasking. Of course, y'all, I am your host, LeChelle Hooks. And today we have a special co-host. We are not doing an interview today. We are just simply having a conversation as two hosts speaking about the wonderful, amazing topic of dating. Something that I think we all need to talk about because, of course, y'all know I have a passion for family. I have a passion for dating properly. So we're gonna get to the root of the tutor today. Is that cool? Now, Roy, I am multitasking over here just to make sure our guests can view this publicly. So, like I said, this is not an interview. All right, I am not your only host today. We got Coach Roy in the building, and he's about to, you know what I'm saying, do what it do.
Yeah.
So let's do what it do, Roy. You said you got some stuff for us today. What it do?
I guess I jotted down a few things that we could talk about. I guess we was gonna dating in 2023. Like, what are we really doing, people? So,
do you think people even really know what we're really doing, or do you think people have just kind of got into almost a repetitive cycle?
Definitely a repetitive cycle. We're creatures of habit. So I feel like you know, whether it's with the same person or a new person, you know, you're just doing the same thing. And I feel like either people looking for help, looking for love, looking for companionship. But I mean, at some point, everybody looking for something.
A lot of
so
people
it just depends on people's motive.
That's good. That's good. A lot of people out here lonely, and I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, you got friends and you got family that can cure loneliness. You can get a dog.
That's true. So. I'd like one. I'd like one very much. We're gonna. Okay, cool. So you heard what Roy said. Get a dog, y'all. Don't get you a man. Don't get you a woman. If you're not ready to be in a committed relationship, get you a dog. All right. So, Roy, you want to start off with the first topic? I really want y'all to talk back to us today. If you have time, I would love for y'all to talk back to us and ask questions, make comments, and I will absolutely shout y'all out. So, what's your question, Roy? What's your topic?
I guess we could jump right into it. I think of financial secrets are kind of a big issue in relationships. I think a lot of times people are what you should be kind of, you know, keep certain things to yourself. Me, I'm kind of an open book when it comes to finances. I like for a person to know where I stand, know what I have, know what I'm capable of.
Why is that though?
I mean, so there's no misunderstanding. Like one day we might have to go to Applebee's. One day we might have to go to McDonald's. One day we could go to, you know what I'm saying, to the Fister, or we can go to Fleming's. It just depends on this financial situation. So I think that you should be transparent when it comes to money, because if you with a person at some point it becomes serious, that's one thing that shouldn't be a secret is what's going on in that bank account, because you don't want a person to feel like you're lacking in certain areas, especially when it comes to money, and you just don't have it, or you just at a point to where, hey, I have it, but I'm focused on this. I'm saving for this. I see this as the end goal. So I think a lot of times people are really secretive when it comes to money. And I don't know if that's from embarrassment. I don't know if it's from not trying to be flashy or arrogant when it comes to certain things like that. But I think that's something that has to be discussed so you could at least know where, the dynamic of the relationship, what you can we take trips? Can we afford to take trips? Can we afford to eat out? Can we afford to go get this car? Can we afford to live together? Does it financially make sense to have two separate homes? Things like that. Now, I guess it depends on the seriousness of the relationship. You don't want to meet somebody on the first date and say, hey, I got this, that, and this in my bank account, or I'm broke, or you know what I mean? Because people do judge. So I guess, it depends on the length and the seriousness of the relationship. But I think financial secrets is a big issue, especially in today's age where it seems like everybody won't help. Women want men to pay bills. Men want somebody to lay up under and take care of them. It's like, just depends on, we got some bums out here. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, we got some bums out here.
Accountability. Accountable. Bruh.
You gonna point today with the buttons.
Oh Lord.
What do you think? Are you
You
the type?
literally answered all of my questions before I had to ask them, because I was going to ask you, like, when, do you kind of reveal your financial status?
As soon as you feel comfortable, but you don't want to be too trusting, because it is, you don't want to tell somebody something and a week later y'all broken up and she know too much of your business, or he know
I'm
too
gonna tell
much
you
of your
right
business.
now, for me, and I don't know, maybe this is just for me, but it's so unattractive to me when a man speaks about his finances, especially if he's speaking about like his excess, or it's like braggatory, or you know what I'm saying, he's boastering about it. To me, that's very unattractive, because it's like, are you used to this is just my mind, y'all.
Yeah.
So me, it's like, are you used to dating women that just care about that? Do you think I'm for sale? You know what I'm saying? It's those type of things that come up when you speak about what you're speaking about is from a more practical viewpoint.
Oh yeah. I mean,
but it's those men out here that be 40 years old
and like the brag,
taking a picture with a whole bunch of money in their hand.
I mean, I ain't trying to get robbed.
Exactly.
No more.
Ain't nobody got time.
But
ain't nobody got time.
No, I get that, because that's just like I mean, females do that too. It could be unattractive. It's nothing like somebody that's just constantly bragging on themselves. You got to have some type of humility when it comes to certain situations. But like I said, I'm speaking strictly on what we're able to do as a couple, or just as simple as imagine if your significant other is seriously stressing over these bills and she not letting you know, and you think everything is fine and she could financially handle herself, and just by you giving her a couple extra $100, that'll alleviate a lot of stress on her and possibly stress on the relationship.
Absolutely, I agree with you wholeheartedly.
So just financial secrets.
It was like this thing going on. Okay.
You got something else for me, or you want me to?
No, I'm gonna let you shoot. I'm gonna put my cards down to you today, y'all. We gonna let him do his thing. But yeah, I'm gonna let you shoot.
Let's see here.
I love that. That's a great topic. Because a lot of people are looking for help rather than serious, loving relationships. So.
Definitely. I guess the next one would probably be competition in relationships. You versus me. You know what I mean? Like
I don't like him hosting y'all.
Does everything have to be a competition? And it seems like I want you to win. If you won, I won. You know what I mean? If you won, I won, because more than likely I'm a part of that success. I help motivate you. I help put them bricks in place. So if you win and we won together, I'm on the team too. I might not be the starting player, or I might not be Giannis, but maybe I'm the coach. Maybe I'm the GM. Maybe I'm the man behind the plan. And especially when you're giving me my props and acknowledging the fact that I helped you. Even if you don't, some things don't require acknowledgement, but if you succeed, I succeed. So for me, it's no competition unless we making bets. Because if we're in a relationship, we making bets. Like I like to bet on food. I like to bet.
Ain't nobody got time,
we could bet
Roy.
pool. We could bet bowling. If it's a bet, it's a bet. I'm with. You should have straight competitions, but you shouldn't feel like you're against your significant other. It shouldn't be like a stranger.
Right. Yeah. So for me, my question would be, I hate to ask a question with a question or answer a question with a question.
Okay, I
But
got back.
my question is more so, where does the competition even stand from? Because for me, no, in a relationship, there's not gonna be no competition. But usually when it's that type of competition between a man and a woman is because of the man feeling like less than.
No.
That's usually what it is.
Definitely not.
It's definitely the man feeling less than.
You tripping.
And then him almost wanting to keep his woman at a certain level in order for him to feel above her and to feel manly or masculine.
I feel the complete
That's
opposite.
Where the competition comes from.
I feel like the competition comes from lack of motivation.
How?
Because now I'm pursuing a goal, I'm pursuing a career, I'm pursuing something, and I'm not being motivated by you. I'm being torn down by you. So now as soon as I start to accomplish these things, it's like, I told you that was going to happen. Now it's like,
so they're combative. They're not lifting each other up.
There's no,
so you feel like that's what it is a lot with couples out here. Okay.
And when you're not supporting me, now it's not us winning. Mm-hmm. It's me winning or you winning. So if there's no support, and then we're staying together. So it's now you're trying to one up me because now I succeeded. Now you have to come back and do this. Now I make that.
Them people should be together.
Now I drive this. Now you have to come back and drive that. Now I'm wearing this. Now you have to come back and wear that.
Them people should not be together because you should be matching my fly or not at all. Them people should be together, but like those are real things that are in these relationships out here. But again, that's why a lot of these relationships are so toxic.
Yeah. Oh, that's one of my questions.
Right. That's why they're so toxic though, because why would you be you're partnering with this person? Y'all are a team.
Yeah.
You know, there should be no competition unless it's a healthy form of competition and y'all are boosting each other up or motivating each other.
Unfortunately,
there should be no, and I'm a share bank account type of woman in my relationship. Absolutely. So no,
we could share one account. We could share one account.
However y'all choose to do it. But
you should always have your own money.
What's mine is my husband. What's my husband's is mine.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I that conversation came up not too long ago. I feel like you should have an account, he should have an account, and you guys should have an account together. You should always have separate money because it's gonna be things that you want to do with your money.
I'm okay with that too, as long as we have.
But
a joint account.
My thing is honestly, I like toxic relationships.
Roy, I don't know what, but
I mean, I'm a difficult person to handle, and I'm trying to.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me, you're not that guy.
No, you're not that guy in the sense of liking toxic relationships.
No, it's just
you are that guy in the sense of being a good guy. I want you to elevate from that.
No, I'll elaborate on that because
I want you to elevate from that, Roy.
A lot of times when not all toxic relationships are bad,
but they are
sometimes because it comes from somebody. It comes from somebody fighting against themselves. A lot of times you fighting yourself. You're like at the pinnacle of your own demise. Like you started. So when you got somebody who cares about you and who wants you to be better and you fighting that, sometimes it's toxic. I'm not talking about busting the windows. I'm not talking about physical or mental abuse. I'm strictly talking about like, okay, you telling me I need to stop doing this, I need to stop doing that. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna stop doing it when I want to do it. And sometimes it becomes toxic, but at the same time, that person has your well-being. It's their mind isn't and their heart is in the best place, but you just so stubborn. You know what I mean? And then sometimes it becomes toxic because eventually y'all end up fighting each other. It's a battle, but inside a relationship. And a lot of times you can overcome it, and a lot of times you have to do it at your own pace. It might end up losing that person. You may end up having to take a break. Like I said earlier, that thing I sent you, I was like, we're in the season of separation. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes you have to separate yourself from family, friends, other people, and like the toxic is more toxic relationships than there are happy relationships. And these people are probably great for each other, but they're just in a toxic situation, and it's not all in a relationship. It's like separate entities that's going on in their life that just make things just run them up. You know what I mean?
I'm listening. But
I like the toxicity keep me on my toes.
That's what I was going to ask. What part of the toxicity do you like? But something that keeps you on it doesn't have to be toxic.
It doesn't. I just like
there's certain things that are bad for us.
Yeah.
I think we become almost not addicted to, but we're just used to it.
Oh yeah.
So we're not, we're used to it. That's all we know. So we stay in that, even though it's not healthy for us.
Definitely.
And that's what becomes toxic.
Taking years off my life.
Yeah, exactly. And that's not what we need.
No,
that's not what we
but
want. What you want is a little spice.
Yeah.
I think that's what
bit. I'm confrontational.
you don't need.
I need a, you know what I mean? I like to wrestle, you know what I'm saying?
And she can be playful, and it could be a little tug and pull there, not necessarily in a toxic way, but more so like I said, like in a spicy way, and keep you on your toes, and not be. I could tell you don't like a yes girl.
Nah,
you don't like a girl that's gonna do everything.
Nah,
you want her to challenge your thought process.
I'm gonna run over you in a nice way,
right? And she probably, whoever she is out there, she probably has that mind. Looking at her, okay. Mm-hmm. She probably has that mindset too, where she would probably run over, a man or whatever, if she has that type of spice. I would not do that. I won't run over nobody, okay? Because I don't want to treat nobody. I only treat people how I want to be treated.
Okay.
So I want to be handled with care.
So what do you want?
Why this ain't about me.
I'm just saying, there you go, ducking. Look at it, ducking. Whoa. So
no.
So
I'm just playing, y'all. They keep saying I be ducking the questions, but I truly don't. I absolutely know what I want.
Okay, what do you want?
I want what God has for me.
And what is that?
I want someone who is in alignment with what I believe in life, who is in alignment with me. I want someone who's gonna be a protector. I sincerely need a very protective person.
So you want a jealous man?
No. Protective, not jealous. Two different things. Okay. Because a jealous man is not confident. So my baby gonna be confident. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Hold on. But for me, I think I really need that type of protection because of incidents that I've gone through, traumas that I've experienced. That it's like the result of that, automatically I need to feel safe. With my partner, with my spouse, I have to feel safe. So that's first and foremost.
Define protection a little bit. Is that safe with him from what a man could possibly do to you, or a protection from the world?
So I can protect myself in that sense.
Yes.
I don't, he'll still be my bodyguard.
You know how to fight?
You
don't look like
you don't want these hands.
Right, I'm just saying.
What?
You look kind of sweet.
Chi-town,
that's what everybody from Chicago say.
Understand this. We're getting off topic, but listen, I always say I'm a grown woman. I'm not finna fight you, but I will get home to my son. However way I need to do that is gonna be done. Don't have me pick up one of these chairs. Ain't nobody got time.
All right. But you want to be safe from him.
I hope the feds ain't watching.
They is watching. They watch. They always watch.
Shell over here picking up chairs. Ain't nobody got time. No, but I just want him to be he's gonna be a very guarded man. But I'm never gonna put a man in a position for where he would need to fight for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that type of energy. I don't do that because I'm protective over him at the same time. I'm not doing that to my friends. I'm not my male friends. I would never do that to you. You know what I'm saying? This is my brother, my friend, all of that. I would never put you in a position for you would have to fight for my honor and stuff like that.
I think
ain't
when
nobody
people
got. We too old for that. We grown.
I think when people hear you say a protector, and when people say a protector, I think that's what they think. Like when we walking down the street, I want not to physically protect.
But but don't try my baby though, because I've dated men. It's just between me and you. I've dated men, and I'm just being real based on my observations where other men would try to step to me. Other men would try to, get at me or whatever because they had no respect for him. My husband is going to be more, and of course I don't operate like that. I don't I don't feed that energy or anything like that. I protect my man in that sense.
Okay.
But the type of man that I want to be with is more so if they know that we're an item, we're a unit, they're not stepping to me. You know what I'm saying? They're not on that. And if they are on that, he's with somebody that's going to shut it down. Okay. You know what I'm saying? That's 2 for 2, and he should be the same way when it comes to women, stepping to him, because women are going to try it.
Yeah, definitely.
Regardless. They probably think, oh, she's sweet, but I'm not going to be with nobody I don't trust anyway.
Okay.
So that part. So
Had to get my piece. I'm pushing P. Cop new hammers for my P.
All right, what you got for me? Because that was mine. That was my. Okay, it was from my toxic relationship to what you want.
Jesus.
Yes. So you got it. What you got? How many cards you got right there?
Well, I got a few topics, y'all. I want to talk about all type of stuff today. I want to talk about. I'm gonna just name a few topics and we'll go over them. I want to talk about these BBLs, BBWs, BBZs. I don't know what it's called.
What the BBZ is.
I don't know what they call.
Big zebra.
But we're gonna.
I don't know what's a BBZ.
We're gonna no judgment on any type of surgery or anything like that, but I want to speak about your opinion as a man for the natural body versus these surgeries out here, and I'll give my opinion about it as well. And then I want to speak about women and maybe posting pictures if they're deemed a little too sexy,
I mean
clothing, all of that. Yeah, and how you feel about that. So, which one do you want to go to first? We could
go to the BBL. You mentioned it first.
Is that what it's called?
BBL.
Okay.
But me personally,
most men don't care about.
I don't. I just, to me, it's like if you can afford it, and if there's no different than you going to the gym. If you not satisfied with your body, I feel like I'm against surgery only because you shouldn't have people unnecessarily working on your body if it's not because anything can happen. If my mother was to go or my sister was to go into surgery, anything can happen. They could not wake up, and it's so many unfortunate situations where people are dying to look good. Or on top of that, you go get the surgery, and a year later you got a baby, and you done wasted your money. So it's like, make up your mind. I mean, a lot of women they get the surgery to attract a certain type of man. They get the man, the dude get them pregnant, and then bam, you gotta start all over again. And it don't make any sense to me. But I'm not knocking
Hey, Lakeisha girl. Hey.
I'm not knocking it whatsoever for the fact that if you can afford to do it and it looks nice, that's no different than lashes. That's no different than hair. That's no different than a man getting hair transplants. That's no different.
It's different in a sense. Those things are permanent. And some of the other stuff that you mentioned aren't permanent.
And it's unsafe,
Yes.
But if it's safe and you can afford to do so, like you better not go spend $10,000 on, on your body, and your kids are not straight.
There we go. So hold on.
Or you riding around. You gotta make sure you have your ducks in a row. If you shouldn't be spending $10,000 on your body if you don't have at least $100,000 in your account. If you can afford to, by all means, go for it. And if it's safe, and if you have an issue with your body and you don't have the the motivation or the time to get in the gym and work at it, then I'm not knocking it whatsoever. But at the same time, it's like you got to understand what you attracting when you do this to yourself.
Shout out to Donna Cooley for watching. We appreciate you, Queen. Shout out to B Cole. What it do? He says self-work is a must before entering into a relationship to avoid that kind of toxicity. Ooh, we're going to touch back on that in a second, because a lot of people don't do that self-work. They just go ahead and partner with somebody because they're dating out of loneliness. The beautiful Lakeisha says, greatness to you this afternoon. Hey, girl. But yeah, I agree with you 1000%. I'm not against anything cosmetic that you want to do to yourself because you like it. I am against you doing anything to yourself because you want to be liked by somebody else.
Yeah.
I'm 1000% against that. There's no solution there. You're going to be more deemed and viewed as a subject, you know what I'm saying, as an object by somebody else. And you're just kind of making yourself less than who you actually are. Like there's no meaning behind it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You are putting yourself at risk. You're putting your life at risk. And like you said, a lot of people are doing this, paying $10,000 when their kids need something. When you got to pay that energy bill. I just paid mine, Jesus. But they're doing all these type of things for the wrong reasons. I'm not against it. I am against you putting your life in danger for something, that you can go probably to the gym.
Yeah. It takes time.
Yeah,
I
trust me. I know.
Diet is key. It's not even in the gym.
Yeah,
I'm
not for putting your life at risk. And again, are you doing it for yourself? Or are you doing it, for somebody else? And if you have to do it for somebody else, that's not your somebody, okay? Because trust me, there's somebody out there that will love you exactly how you are.
I like big girls.
Listen,
I like
men love.
Like a little, you know what I'm saying?
They like a little, you know what I'm saying? They like a little, you know what I'm
Good.
saying?
Little
You know
short,
what I'm
little
saying?
chunky mama.
Ain't
I
nobody
like
got time, Jesus. But that's just being real. That's just being real, ladies. So if you're with a man who makes you feel any type of way about your body shape, your body type, I promise you that is not the man for you. Don't put your life at risk or in danger to become something for somebody else that's not even for you, to become something that you're not. You know what I'm saying? I like how he said that.
Mm-hmm.
She got a little, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about the provocative pictures? How do you feel? Because I'm on
you
IG
asked me this before
and Facebook. Because I done seen some stuff this week that was, you know what I mean?
So I feel like there's nothing wrong with a woman, taking her picture in a swimsuit. What's it? I said, okay. Ain't nothing wrong with a woman taking her picture in a swimsuit, y'all. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If she's on the beach, Jesus, I don't think there's nothing wrong with a woman showing, her progress from working out, especially if she's an example to others. I don't feel like the body should always be sexualized, but again, the intent behind that and the intent for why you're posting that picture matters. My intention is never any pictures that I post to be sexualized, but I do feel like it's an issue and people over sexualize because of my figure. Okay. But that's never my intention.
So do you
almost purposely hide
provocative pictures?
I wouldn't say that I post provocative pictures, but because of my shape. Absolutely.
You post pictures in shorts that come like to your thighs. not like
my workout shorts do come up to my thigh. They're shorts. What shorts do you wear?
And you take pictures.
Come up to your thigh.
I'm talking about like right here. You take pictures with shorts that come to like right there.
I mean, my shorts do come up to there, and I might snap a picture. Absolutely.
Do you think your God-fearing husband would like that?
I don't think he'll mind.
You don't think he'll mind?
But he would have to let me know if he does. Not only that, but my man, I'm probably gonna be in that picture with him.
Oh, so this is a single thing now.
No. I'm probably gonna be in that picture with them shorts with him working out because those are workout shorts. Okay. Now, to me, what would be a little too much is if them booty cheeks was showing. Oh, that would be a little too much.
So the back is more important than the front.
A thigh is definitely not as much sexualized as a booty cheek hanging out. I think there's definitely a difference.
It's more than just a thigh though when it's just pictures from the
that's
front.
That's my figure. If I was a skinny mini and I didn't have this figure, people wouldn't sexualize me the same.
I mean, Corla Ray is slim and she put them little shorts on.
Ain't
and
nobody
still
got
the same.
time, Jesus.
So she's still bad. So it ain't got nothing to do with skinny minis either.
My history and things that I've gone through, people over sexualize me because of my figure. So I feel like it's how you do it. If I'm wearing them shorts, I'm working out, or maybe I'm in PJs or something like that. I'm just like feeling cute and taking a picture.
So
but somebody that's in panties and a bra in their bed, that's too much.
they almost stripping.
That's too much to me, and that's taken away from your value. But anything that I do, honestly, I feel like it's in taste, but it's my taste. I don't know, somebody on the outside looking in, I don't know if they deem it what
a little provocative.
I don't think my pictures are provocative,
but
my pictures are very innocent, like
only because I would say like imagine if your future mate is y'all friends on Instagram or Facebook and that's what he sees. Sometimes that's instantly like a turn off to some men. Is be like, okay, so now she posting it because you can post. I've seen you in numerous of pictures where you look just as good with pants on.
Yes, because I don't. That's not my intent. My intent is like, oh, I'm finna put on some little shorts and take
So it's
this
all
picture.
about intent.
No,
It's all about intent.
that's definitely a part of it, but I'm already rocking these little shorts. I'm already in the mirror. I'm already working out. I'm already listening to music, and I just take a picture because I'm always taking pictures or a video. Cute. I'm dancing. Dancing. Not too much. You know, I don't never do
wiggle.
too much, Jesus, because trust me, I can, and I choose not to. Okay. So I'm just saying, mine's is always more so in taste. I'm woman.
So it's all about intent.
It's to
not
me,
about
that's
how others
perceive
perceive
it. I don't know how y'all perceive it unless you tell me. I don't know.
I just told you.
I'm not. I don't.
So imagine if that husband of yours is watching and he's scrolling through your page.
Somebody might think that.
Just before he shoot his shot, like
me.
A lot of times we stalk a little bit before we actually have that courage to shoot our shot. And what if he's scrolling through these pictures through that news feed and he's like, oh, this is not the person that I thought she was. And it could be, and that's all how he perceives.
He ain't the person for me because now his mindset is in a box. Because at the end of the day, I am a whole woman. All right. And I like womanly things. I'm a very feminine woman at that, strong woman, but very feminine. So to me, I don't do too much. I'm not posting in lingerie. I'm not posting in swimsuits only because I'm not on the beach. But at the end of the day, when I do go to the beach, I'm going to post in my swimsuit. And I don't think that should be, even my swimsuit is going to be respectable. I don't think that should be an issue. And I'm definitely going to show my workout progress.
So
absolutely.
It's nothing wrong with a guy taking pictures and posting pictures with his shirt off.
He's going to post it with me.
I'm just talking about a guy. I don't want it to be one-sided. Like,
no.
what if I take a picture with my shirt off and all my tattoos
I have no
showing?
problems with that at all. But like I said, me and my partner is, he's going to be somebody that works out. Because I need that in my life.
Okay.
I don't want to be with somebody that doesn't work out.
You hear that? Potential trainers and future trainers.
Ain't nobody got time. I got a trainer. But yeah, me and my husband gonna work out together, and we're gonna, take pictures together. And I want it to be deemed as motivation, not sexual, like a lot of these people, in this culture do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Don't sexualize me, y'all.
All right. So that goes for any other women posting provocative pictures and booty pictures, and that you are not judged.
I don't judge them even if they do post the booty pictures. But at the same time, I feel like when you do, some women, and I've heard this from men, I really like her, but she do too much. I can't see a man saying to me that I do too much. No. Okay. Because I purposely don't.
She just sprinkle a little bit.
I just do me where I feel like it's tasteful and still me, because I don't want to be in a box. Okay. I don't want to feel like I have to wear a bag over me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to wear that little black
It's not a thirst trap. It's just in good.
It's definitely not a thirst trap because I don't respond to anybody who think they caught, Lord Jesus.
Gotcha. Look at y'all.
I just do me for me. Right. Look at you asking these questions,
I'm
Roy.
I'm just making
Roy
sure.
be getting to the nitty gritty. All right.
You want me to bounce?
You gonna bounce? Listen.
All right. Bruh. So I guess we'll change the pace. Children in relationships,
baby,
balancing the children, intimacy, and disciplining your child when that's not his father. Like, how do you? Like, for me, one of the biggest turnoffs is a woman that can't control her children.
Oh, you did say that.
And I'm like I said, I don't know if it's from being a coach, being a father, being an educator. I don't know what's in me. If I ask a child something, I expect them to do it. You know what I mean? You're a child. Right. And I'm not going to disrespect you as a child. I'm not going to demean you or talk to you anything less of a person. But I don't.
You're going to speak to him as a leader.
I don't expect you to go back and forth with me, whether I'm your father or not. And I expect the child to be, somewhat well behaved because that's an extension of you. Right. That's how you raise. So with me, imagine, dating a single mother, with a 8, 9, 10-year-old. I'm not talking about a 5-year-old, 4-year-old. I get it. But, where they should be at an age where they could be held accountable. Especially when it comes to like intimacy and stuff like that. How do you feel relationships and children? How do you feel about that?
You ain't gonna hit my baby, but what?
No, and I'm with that because a man should never touch a child that's not his. Not as far as you disciplining them, not as far as because if your son bad, he bad.
Right, exactly. So my son, he listen. I've never had to like spank him or nothing, you know. Honestly, I probably just had to say something twice, maybe 3 times. But for the most part, he's such a chill kid because, like you said, it's how we raised them, and he is a reflection of me. He has such an old soul. But for him, all he would need is a conversation to get him right by whoever it is.
And how do you feel about a male input? Like if
I love it, and I need it.
If he comes to you, if like he's not directly directing it towards your son, he's like, hey man, he shouldn't be saying that or he shouldn't be doing this. Because I've had some women get defensive. I've had women get defensive when like, well, that's what he do, or you know, and they are turning around on you because you offering advice. Hey, I wouldn't stand for this, or I wouldn't go for that. Well, that's not your son, that's not your child. It's like I've had people get defensive based on, you know, and I don't mind dating. It's 2023. Everybody has kids, and I'm not gonna miss out. Like, I've heard people say I'm not gonna date a woman with kids. That's stupid. You're gonna miss out on your blessing. You know, dealing with somebody.
Most of the men that I dated didn't have kids.
Didn't have kids. Oh,
most of the men.
That's why they was weird. That's the problem.
Shut the front door.
Bruh.
Shut the front door.
Go burn up my car tonight.
Child, I'm done.
But no, fatality. But no,
I'm done.
2023, everybody got kids.
I did not. I'm not even gonna comment. There's no comment.
But I'm just saying.
I said what I said.
If you don't have kids and you in your 30s, then kudos to you, brother. You dodged. You winning. But I guess. But I'm just saying, how do you?
Nice comeback. Nice pullback.
I mean, you still weird, but you know what I mean. You still winning.
Everybody's unique in their own way, but keep going.
But how do you
Jesus.
Like? You made me lose my train of thought, girl.
No.
No, how do you? But like, disciplining your son, would you be offended if a person told you how to raise your child?
Shout out to Daryl Hill. What to do? Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. So for me, I don't want to say crave, but I need that. Okay. And I need a good male role model in my son's life. You know, it's almost like, I hate to say, like, I'm not just dating for me, I'm dating for him too, Lord. I really need that in my life, because I know, one, he tired of kicking it with his mama. All right. And, you know, there's just some things that I know his father is in his life.
That's good.
You know, but I'm just being real. You know, I feel like he's more in his life as a provider. I feel like he has his own family and everything. Yeah. He's married. He has small children. So I just feel, and he works a lot. I don't feel like he has the time that, my son needs him to have. Not saying, because he's a great guy, great father, all of those good things. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't put people down. I don't do none of that. And like I said, he is definitely a good provider. Okay. But I need someone to take my son to these, these man and boy, events. You know, I want somebody to take him to play basketball. It's been always me taking him to play basketball. Yes, I can. I got a nice west shot.
I done seen the footage.
Don't be.
I said what I said.
I got a nice west shot. Okay, nice 3-pointer. All right. Almost pressed this button, but I'm being good. I'm being good.
But okay, now back to the kids.
Yeah, but I do need that.
You do need that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got that down. So you don't mind a male input when it comes to discipline. How do you feel about intimacy and children? Should that be an issue? Like,
what you mean?
Like, some women don't like. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but they don't like to have men around their kids. They don't like to. They put their kids first. Sometimes a man will be on the back burner because of a child. So imagine having not being able to touch your lady because, oh, my son right there. Oh. Or I want to give you a kiss. Oh, he's right there. Or I want some alone time, and the kid you let the kid intrude when you should be like, hey, go to your room and it's time to go to sleep. But the child trumps your, you know what I'm saying, your adulthood. Yeah. And it's like, has that ever been an issue with you?
Yeah, that's definitely been an issue with me. Shout out to Forrest McKenzie. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you. So for me, I can't even remember the last time my son.
I mean, you got like a 14-year-old, 16-year-old,
so he's 17.
Yeah, so he grown.
But
man.
Even when he was smaller, no, I wouldn't show physical affection around him.
Do you feel like that?
I feel like there's nothing wrong with it if y'all are like living together, married, but if y'all are just like dating in the beginning, just dating,
you know how you have to date, you have to at some point. I say
don't do it around the kids in that season. If y'all haven't graduated and elevated to the next level, don't
do it.
Yeah, because what if that doesn't work out? And now you with somebody else. Now they're seeing you kiss this person. They're seeing you kiss that person. Not saying, there's nothing wrong with y'all, that relationship ending, you get into a new relationship. But if you can withhold your child from being a part of that, then yes, I would say exclude them from that and protect them from that. And just be mindful because they don't process things the same way that we do. And I feel like that man should not feel any type of way about it. Not saying y'all can't cuddle at the movies or something like that, but don't be slobbing her down, Lord Jesus.
I mean, my love
grabbing
language
her
is affection.
butt. You know what I'm saying?
Language is affection. So I'm that clingy that, so it's like, imagine if somebody's like,
marry
you can't marry everybody right away.
You can't do that to everybody right away either in front of the babies.
One of my best friends, he married his wife 3-4 months into knowing her, and they still together, and it's great. But you can't just jump into marriage. You can't. You know what I mean? It's
so I feel like if those two things aren't in alignment, like if you don't know that you want to marry this person, then.
So everybody you've been intimate with, you knew you wanted to marry him? All these weirdos?
But I didn't do. Why does he keep saying that? I wasn't physically like super affectionate around my son.
Okay.
While I was dating them is what I'm saying.
Okay, got you.
Stop. Why are you judging my past?
I'm just asking a question.
People that I dated,
asking a question.
There was something really good about them people.
Was a key word, fellas.
I mean, the realness came out eventually, but that's another story.
You had a real good question.
He trying to get me in trouble.
You had a real good question we talked about
earlier.
Oh
my Lord.
What was it about the women and
yes.
So let's jump to that. Let's get out of there.
I feel like there's a disconnect right now between the male woman, Jesus. We ain't talk about them, Lord. Between the woman and the man, the dating woman, the dating man. I feel like there's a disconnect and today with them. So what do you feel most women, would you say, what do you feel like the women, the ladies, the queens, what do you feel like they misunderstand most about our men?
All right, I thought about this question for this is
the only question I sent them ahead of time, y'all.
I thought about this question for like 2 minutes and it didn't take me long at all. But I feel like the most misunderstood thing is a man's feelings.
Oh,
you think that we feel the way y'all feel and we don't. Sometimes we think we're as strong as y'all and we're as smart as y'all and we're as prepared as y'all, and we're not.
Okay.
So we're completely two different entities. That's what a woman has to understand. Our feelings are going to be completely different than y'all's. You may be more capable of understanding and handling and strong enough and smart enough to handle a certain situation, and we may not be able to. And that goes for men and women. We're all on two different wavelengths, two different levels when it comes to our feelings and our emotions. You may be way more mentally strong than I am to handle certain things. So you can't expect the person to react or feel or talk the way or say the things that you want us to say. That's one of my biggest pet peeves, is when a person kind of fishes for answers. You want me to say a certain particular thing, and when I don't say that certain particular thing, you're upset, you heated, you hot. And that's like, well, you went fishing for that answer. You wanted me to say that, and I didn't give you the response you wanted. So my feelings and my partaking emotions on things are going to be completely different than yours. So I think just misunderstanding a person's feelings and emotions and mental stability is like the biggest misconception for women. We are not like y'all. We are built different.
That's true.
We are built completely different.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go. How do you think women perceive the vulnerability of a man?
I think it piggybacks off of what we just touched on just now. I think y'all give us a little bit more credit than we deserve. Y'all think we're stronger than we are. And we are, we are very soft at moments. We can't handle, a lot of times people say they can't handle what they dish out. No, duh. Like we are.
Don't dish it out.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like
ladies don't give it back. Just leave them.
It's in. Oh my God, it's in our nature. But it's I think it's just we just different entities. Different, just two different, almost like different species. Even though we are people, but Homo sapiens, but we're not. We're just completely different.
Do you think it's possible to rebuild trust when the trust is broken in a relationship?
Yes. I think you have to willingly want to trust a person. It's so hard to like forgive and forget. People say it like they throw that word out there. I forgive you, or we can move forward. Your heart has to be like, I would rather have this person in my life than lose this person. And whatever it takes to get over this, I'm willing to do it. And I open my heart and my mind and whatever else that come with it, I'm fully open and ready to do it. And it takes two people. One person can't be ready to do it and the other person holding a grudge.
Well, usually the one who's ready to do it is the one who messed up in the
but see, when y'all could be on that same, when you could be on that same
don't mess up and you won't have nothing to fix.
Everybody mess up.
Not in that regard.
Up all the time. I mess up all the time.
I ain't never messed up in that regard.
Because she's dealing with weirdos.
No, I've never messed up in regards to cheating. I never agreed to what he's saying, by the way. But I will say that I'm a lot more mindful in the character traits and everything that comes with the man that I'm dating, because I'm less impatient. I'm not as impatient. I was dating out of loneliness.
Okay.
Before, for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Remember, she's still looking for the dog, ladies.
What dog?
You need a dog. You said loneliness.
A dog, not a man.
Oh no, not a. See, we are not dogs. No, she's looking for a puppy.
Some of them, Jesus.
She needs a self-care animal.
Some of them are wolves, bears. Okay, lions.
Oh my goodness, what's the difference between a wolf and a bear?
I don't know, but they all want neither one of them. I want neither one of them, Jesus.
All right, I got something for you. I think
howling.
I think you'll like this. This was strictly for you.
Oh, Jesus.
Religion and relationships.
Oh, I'm not religious, but go ahead.
I mean, you said you want a man that's like that puts God first.
Absolutely. That's not religious.
That has God. Well, excuse me, and my
keep
notes.
going.
But I remember we talked about this before.
Yes.
And could you see yourself with a person that's still a work in progress, where they not putting God first in their life, but he's still giving you everything, giving you that security, great man, great provider. And do you feel like you could possibly be with that man, or he already has to have it together?
So I'll say this. Wow, that's crazy that you just asked that. That's crazy, yo. Where you come from? I'll say this. I will be A-okay with my husband not being in the church. I'll be okay with him not being in the church. I would not be okay with him not having a holistic relationship with God.
Okay.
Wouldn't be okay with that. Why? Because one of my primary requirements is I want my husband to act as a leader in our relationship. And I can't trust you as a leader if I don't know who you following. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So the relationship with God is absolutely mandatory, in my relationship, in my relationship with him. Like, that's necessary. But as far as him having it all together, no, he doesn't have to have it all together, because I don't have it all together.
Okay. But what if you meant to guide him? What if he's like what if he's open? Like, what if he one of them people that's like, I've always been one of those people that question a lot. But what if he's open? What if he has everything you need but he's open to conversation, the communication is there. He's listening to what you're saying. What if you have to guide him on that path? Are you willing to put that work in? Like, dude, I love this dude. Our vibe is like amazing, but he's not exactly what I'm asking for. But he's open and his mind is open to experiencing these things. What if you have to be the person that brings him closer to God?
So let me explain why my answer is what it is before I give my answer. Okay, so I do believe that there are women out here that will absolutely, bring their mans closer to Christ. Deep in a relationship with the Father. Absolutely. There are absolutely women out here that are assigned to do that in their relationships. Every relationship I've ever been in, I've been that woman. I've been tugging him towards the Father, and it's always been weighing me down.
Okay.
So no,
you done.
That is not.
You done.
not something I want anymore. Absolutely
Okay.
not.
Okay.
To the point where that is the number one thing I look at before I look at anything else. I need to feel.
Do you feel like you possibly could be
that he
missing
has
out?
a relationship with the Father.
Do you feel like you
No,
could
I
be
don't
missing
think
out?
I'm missing out. I think I'm waiting.
Okay.
I think I'm waiting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm waiting on what's right. You know, because I can pick what's wrong any day, anytime, Jesus.
Okay.
So I'm waiting on what's right. And there are some good men out here that have a relationship with the Father. You know, they don't have it all together in every other area, but if they're walking towards the Father, they're walking in the right direction towards getting everything else together, as am I. You know, I don't want nothing that I can't give, and I don't want nothing that I ain't got. Amen.
All right. Next question. All right, family and friends.
Okay, host.
Family and friends, positive and negative impacts. Do you feel like family and your friends could, you know, how sometimes venting to the wrong person or seeking advice from the wrong person? Do you feel like that's more of a positive or negative impact? Have you had experiences where maybe you shouldn't have listened to this family member, you shouldn't have listened to this friend, or this friend told you exactly what you needed to hear and they were absolutely right? Is it more positive or more negative when it comes to your family and friends and relationships?
My answers are always probably going to be different than a majority because I don't really have family like that.
Okay.
And I didn't have anybody to go to like that.
Okay.
So my answers, I always was on my own when it comes to all that. Now, as far as like the majority, I feel like if you have someone in your life where you respect their decision making, you know, you respect the relationship that they're in, then take an ear.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people go through things so that they can teach us what they've learned.
Yeah.
Absolutely listen to those people. But if you're listening to somebody who's miserable in their own relationship, you know, you got to look at the full picture. You know, that's how you kind of decipher who you should and shouldn't take advice from, and include your partner on the conversation. Don't go to your partner more in a accusing manner, but go to them as, you know, include them in the conversation. I spoke to so and so about this, you know, here's their opinion on this. You know, what's your opinion on it?
Do you feel like you should go directly to the partner or the significant other instead of seeking advice from the family or friend? Because I've come to notice it's like maybe a lot of times we should just shut up. We shouldn't vent to people. We should figure it out ourselves, because once we involve somebody else in our business, we have to take their opinion, and whether it's positive or negative, their opinion still weighs on us. So sometimes I feel like it would have been better if I wouldn't have vented to nobody, especially when, I mean, ultimately our decision matters the most. Whenever at the end of the day, you could tell me to leave her, stay with her, whatever the case. At the end of the day, I'm going to do what I want to do. So maybe I should go right to the source.
I feel like it's a case-by-case basis because, you know, and I'm gonna be real, if you vent to me, because a lot of people vent to me. So if you vent to me a certain amount of times and you're telling me negative things, and it's how you do it too.
Yeah.
You're telling me negative things about a person. Eventually, I'm not gonna like that person. Yeah. So when y'all get back together, now I have all of these biases against that, you know, the person that you're with. So I think it's a case-by-case basis. It's how you do it. And I don't know. I don't think everything should be in-house, though. I think that's, you know, I feel like it's okay to get advice. I don't think it's toxic, but I feel like it's okay to get advice from your elders. Okay. You might not know, you know. I haven't been in a relationship for 10 years. You know, I might be with somebody. We're at the 5-year mark or the 10-year mark. We might hit a bump. You know, grandparents been married for 23 years. How did you do it? You know, 50 years. How did you do it? You know, to sit down and get that advice instead of venting to them and being like, he did this, he did that. No, like, there's just a way to do it. And I'm not going to tell nobody to leave nobody. I told somebody that this recently. I'm not going to tell you to leave your person unless they putting hands on you or there's some cheating involved. You going to do whatever you do. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. Are they treating you how you feel like you deserve to be treated? Because at the end of the day, they're treating you how you let them treat you.
Yeah.
You know, so don't complain to me about what you're allowing to happen.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That part.
It's my last one, and it's all
I said what I said.
All right. When it comes to relationships, do you feel like that relationship could get in the way of like one's success or achieving certain goals to where they're so focused on the relationship to where they just become unmotivated to do things on their own. Like, you know, it's like you more so worried about the relationship than going back to school or starting that business.
Yeah. So your relationship should not be a distraction. And I keep saying this over and over when it comes to me wanting to be with my person. How I'm going to know that's my person, one of the ways I'm going to know is he's going to bring out the best qualities in me. Mm-hmm. You know, he's as I want to become the best version of myself, he's going to be pushing me and encouraging me to do just that, and also helping me to do it, and not just speaking about it, but doing it himself. He's already a reflection of it himself. You know what I'm saying? So for me, if you're just distracted by the relationship and you're focused on the relationship and you're all in this mess and these tangled knots, that's a distraction. It's not the relationship that you're supposed to be in, and it's evident of that. And sometimes people just have to go apart for a season and come back together when their focus, is right. But yeah, it shouldn't be a distraction.
Shouldn't be a distraction.
No,
if anything,
it should be motivation. That part.
Right, we agree.
Yes, Lord.
All right, now it's all on you. You got it.
It's all on me.
Anything you want to ask me, go for it.
Yeah, I got a couple things on the mark at our 15-minute mark. All right, y'all. 15 minutes and we're going to wrap it on up. So let's see, because I got a couple questions. Do you feel like let's talk about this one because we're on this topic of, the relationship becoming a distraction or taken away from you in any sense. Do you feel like the more a person elevates or becomes successful, do you feel like that minimizes a person's like dating spectrum or narrows who they should date?
I mean,
reduces their pool, so to speak.
I guess because I'm to that point in my life to where once you start to grow in life mentally, financially, spiritually, educationally, everything, you should, elevate, who you dating. You shouldn't, at some point, you gotta leave the rats alone. You know what I mean? It's like,
I said what I said.
But
we do not think anybody is rats on the Shine Your Light podcast.
Okay, but you got to leave certain level of people alone, because it's like if a person, you got to value yourself. You don't want to be. I'm tired of helping people. I'm so tired of helping people. Like I'm so tired. I'm not like I'm a motivator. I'm the person that helps. But it'd be nice if I could meet somebody that would, motivate me. And I've had great women in my life, and they've definitely been big motivators. But it's a lot of people out here that like I said, that need help. And you shouldn't be to the point to where you a few steps away from being exactly where you want to be in life. And now you got to help somebody else. Like for me, I used to always say these three things. It was like, you got to have at least two of the three things for me to date you. At least two of the three.
I'm listening.
A car, a job, and a house.
It's pretty simple.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Anything else, if you got the car and the job, you can find somewhere to stay. I don't care if you staying with your moms at the time. If at some point you'll move around. If you got the house and the car, at some time you will find a job. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you got two of those three things, it was really simple for me. But now I'm to the point in my life to where I have to be attracted to success. I've never been big on looks.
Nothing wrong with that.
I've never been big on looks. I've never been a certain body type. For me, it's always been character and conversation.
That part. So, shout out to Antonio Jones for watching. We appreciate you.
But for me, it's always been, and I've tried to be that person that's like not shallow or not judgmental based on what a person has. But at some point,
there's nothing wrong with being attracted to a person's, success or motivation or, all of that independence.
But there's nothing wrong with that. At some point, you have to be like, well, I liked this when I was a teenager, when I was in my 20s. I'm to a point to where, like I said, when you're searching for a little bit more and you beyond the dating point to where you're like, okay, now the next person I date will more than likely be my wife. So I have to make sure that she's everything that I need her to be. So you have to be more selective. So 2023, Roy, a little more selective.
I don't know what to push on that one. Where the bomb at? There we go.
What about
I'm definitely more selective as well. See, I've also always been the person who made more money in a relationship too.
Okay.
I've always just been a person trying to lift the next person up. And it's heavy.
Yeah. I mean, just because you make money don't mean you can keep money. Somebody could make half of what you make and be a way better saver than you. You can make it and spend it.
Well,
you could be financially
that
just
wasn't
illiterate.
the case. That wasn't the case in any of
So do you think so? Finances for you is big? Like, do you feel like
the whole picture?
Could you date a broke
big.
man? Could you date a man that stay with his mama?
Hear me when I did.
I'm talking about right now, 2023. Would you talk to somebody who stays with their mother?
I would need to know.
That doesn't have a car.
Okay.
That doesn't have a job.
Hold on now, Roy.
But he love you. He a man of God. He a man of God. He love it. He love the ground you walk on. He'll drink your bath water.
So again, I need the whole picture because I do know there's one of my friends. He's a grown man. He wants to move out of town. He has his own business. He has his own money. He has his own car. He has his own house. But he's going to be moving out of town really soon. So he's going to stay with his mom for a bit. Okay. You know what I'm saying? To save up money and all this and that. Exactly. Does it make sense? Yeah. Have you been homeless for the last 2 years, but you love God? No, I'm not going to be attractive to you because, you know, I've been in a position too and I had to pull myself up. Yeah. So I'm going to need you. I need to look up to my man. In order for me to look up, that means you got to get up. All right. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I feel you. Yeah. I feel you. So I need, no, I need you to be able to take care of a family or help take care of a family.
I almost forgot like the most important part of the show.
Oh my God.
LeChelle went on a date, y'all.
I knew he was going to say
she went on a date. And I almost forgot about it. And she's supposed to tell us about her date. So we're gonna finish it talking about her date and how her date went. And I'll try my best to be nice and critique this as best I can. So let's talk about this date. Let's do it.
I said yes to a date, y'all. I said yes to a date. And he's a great guy. Okay. I told him I was going to be speaking about this on a podcast. It was a horrible date. It was absolutely horrible, y'all. He wasn't horrible. He's a great person.
What made it horrible? Like, what's a horrible date?
So everything that I'm about to tell you, everything I'm about to tell y'all, I told him to. All right. And I feel like, you know, it's something that he should consider for the next date.
Okay.
You know, he just consider it for the next date. So he made the plans, you know, he told me, you know, where to go. It was somewhere downtown.
Okay, separate cars.
So he didn't pick me up or anything. But it took 40 minutes. He didn't offer.
Okay.
This is somebody I, you know, kind of know a bit. So I would have been okay with him picking me up. You know, I live really close to downtown.
Okay.
But it took 40 minutes for me to find parking downtown because I'm not used to, you know, going places downtown like that. So it took me 40 minutes to park. And I remember calling him and just like saying, you know, he's already parked and everything. He's in the place already. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, okay, you know, I'm looking for parking. He was like, okay, well, you know, I'll just, you know, let me know when you park.
Oh, he didn't offer his parking spot.
I honestly, I would have been, I feel like he should have just stayed on the phone with me while I was parking.
Okay, so you felt abandoned.
A little bit.
Okay. So that's okay. Strike one.
Yeah. Right, to the point where I called my friend, who was also on the podcast before. Shout out. Semi. But I called my friend and I was just like, he ain't even stay on the phone with me while I was parking. And, you know, I'm be walking downtown by myself. You know, you don't want to.
So you
and I don't know where I'm going.
You was already blown. So it was destined for failure anyway.
As soon as he hung up the phone, I called my friend. I was like, this ain't it. I was like, this ain't it.
So you're not ready.
It's not, listen, because I feel like, again, I want that covering and that protection. And so let me keep telling you. So he was, you know, I was on the phone with my friend. They was like, no, just give it time. You know, you don't know, blah, blah, blah. So I 20 minutes went by, 30 minutes went by. He didn't call me. He didn't text me, ask me if I'm okay. Nothing.
Weird.
Right. So after 40 minutes, I finally found a parking. I had to pay $20 for. And then, you know, called him like, hey, I'm walking, you know, I don't know where I'm going, you know.
Where did you guys go?
It was inside of the old Grand. So that's inside
that little spot.
Yeah.
I ate there before.
Okay. It's like a game place and all this and that.
Yeah.
So So we finally got in, and I just told him, I was like, you didn't want to stay on the phone, you didn't want to guide me here, meet me at the front, leave out, come and get me, blah, blah. He was like, well, I didn't, he was like, I was eating my food. So you already ate? You already ate
I mean,
your
40 minutes later.
Yeah, but you had no concern or care about what I was, what I was doing. I could have came and picked you up. We could have parked together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It
More
was just
more time.
it was so many opportunities that could have went a different direction. And I just felt alone in that, and there was no covering there.
Okay.
And I don't want that. I think him himself is a great person, but we would be great as friends. Okay. We would not be great as anything else.
This place
hey,
had a
Abigail, we got Abigail from India watching. Woo woo. And then it was a Packer game that day. It was super busy, so we really couldn't play any games. So I think the location matters. I think covering your woman matters. Meeting her where she is matters. Coming to get her, meet her at the front door, offer something. If I tell my man a problem, I'm expecting him to offer some type of solution. Yeah. Even if he can't fix it, at least have a desire to, not just be like, well, see you when you get here. Like, all right, bro. Because that's what I started calling him, like, you brother. Because my man would never. Your brother.
That's hilarious.
Isn't it? Yeah. Shout out to my brother, Fly Roy. Hey, Tyrone, what it do? Tyrone Turnage.
My boy.
Yeah, what it do? Yeah. So no, I didn't feel any type of covering on that date at all. No, I don't want a second date. I would kick it with him as a friend because he's an amazing man. Okay. Like we
all make mistakes.
Exactly. And everything I told you right now, I told him. Yeah. He was like, well, I know for next time, but it's not just friends. We just gonna be friends.
Yeah. I mean, okay, look, I waited like a week and a half to hear about this story so it could be organic and live on air. And I thought it was going to be a little more spicier than that. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was going to be a horrible date. To be honest with
horrible.
You, it just started off kind of bad. And you kind of, as soon as you called a friend, it was over. It was over because you already had that perception in your head that it wasn't going to work. So I think you went into the date with the wrong mindset, to be honest with you.
No, because even the conversation, it was me pulling everything out of him.
Okay.
I
mean, I understand. I agree with him eating before you got there. That was a little forced.
Everything.
But he could have not had nothing to eat all day. He could have been starving.
He could have met me at the front.
I mean, you did take 40 minutes.
He could have met me at the front. He could have offered to pick me up. It was so many things.
Yeah, downtown.
I waited 40 minutes. He didn't call at
future reference.
40 minutes to ask how it was.
Future reference. You having a date downtown, take one vehicle. Take one vehicle.
Exactly.
I mean, parking sucks downtown. We all know that. We're not new to Milwaukee.
Listen,
parking sucks. So future reference, we all know that. But I don't think you should friend about them so soon.
No,
I
it's
feel
definitely
like
friend.
I feel like you should.
I already called him brother. I was like, brother. That's
man,
what that is.
Hey, look, it's
guy,
2023, and we in Wisconsin. That brother word don't fly.
It's a no for me.
Well, look, fellas.
I said what I said.
Look, she is dating.
I am dating.
She is dating. And she just gave y'all a few no's. Don't eat without her. Take one car.
Nah, not everybody can pick me up.
But not everybody. Hey, make sure to at least offer. Yeah, and if she's looking for parking, go somewhere with a parking lot. Making sure it's accessible to everybody.
Listen, I've been watching him. I've known of him for over a year, so I felt safe enough for me to say yes to that date.
He blew it all over a parking spot.
I think he's a great person, and I would kick it with him again as a friend. God bless you.
Thank you.
As a friend and only a friend, but no, he's not my husband.
Okay, so when do you think you'll go on a date again? Is there anybody else that's has anybody tried since waiting list?
Actually,
nobody on the waiting list.
I mean, people ask, but I don't take them seriously.
Okay.
Because they ain't serious. Okay. Like, I need to know, this person. I feel like he was serious about getting to know me. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Okay. But it's okay. That's why you date. It wasn't a good match. And we're going to get back on the next show that you come on, because Roy is a part of the Shine Your Light podcast. This is my brother. Yes. He's a part of the Shine Your Light crew. So he will be back, and we'll be talking about his relationship dating, singleness, all of that stuff, his relationship history, should I say.
There we go.
Tyrone said, put a name on it. We can't do that. No face, no case. All right. No face, no case.
That's funny.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to the people before we head on out?
Nah, just it's 2023, y'all. Like, know what you're doing and make sure your intentions are pure.
Part.
If you just want to kick it, just kick it. You don't have to allow to kick it. And you'll be surprised what people will allow, to be honest with you. If you say, hey, look, I just got out of a relationship. I just want to have fun. And you just have to stand on what you say, because women and men will forget that you said you just want to have fun a week later and think y'all together. And you just have to keep reiterating that, hey, I just want to have fun. I just want to get myself together. I'm a work in progress. Know what you're doing in 2023, because the way this domestic violence stuff set up and people emotions, you don't want to end up on the news hurting somebody's feelings and
shooting up Elsa's.
Man, quit playing. Like, let's just know what we doing and make sure our intentions are sincere and pure. And I think we'll all be okay. We too grown to have to be lied to.
Yes.
So let's just roll with that.
Whether you're dating to have fun or dating for marriage. Whatever it is, make it known, make it plain. All of that good stuff. This has been an amazing episode. Super fun. Roy, you are something else. Okay. But this has been a great episode. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the Shine Your Light podcast. We appreciate y'all. Yeah. And until next time, see y'all soon. Bye.